All right, hello. So for my ERD, reverse engineering website ERD that I decided to base mine off of was GitHub. Um, so I'll just kind of go through it really quickly. Um, I'm sure that there's probably some more things that I could have added to it, but I figured that this was a good start. And I chose GitHub because it's um, it's a hosting platform for all of your repositories. So as a user, you can have multiple different repositories and whatnot of code, and um, there can be many users and whatnot in GitHub. So first off, I started off with a user table. Um, so the user table has an ID, which is also the primary key um, for that, and then just like username, email, password, and then like the time, like the day and time that it was created, or that account was created. Um, and then from user, I went to repositories was the next table, and that user ID was also the foreign key for that. So that ties that together. And a user can have many repositories, but one repository is only going to belong to one user. So it was a one-to-many relationship. Um, and also, pretty much the same. A lot of these have the same setup, I would say, almost. So repository is going to have a name, a description, and then same thing like the user, just when it was created as well. Um, So for each repository, there can be many commits, but for one commit, or for a commit, there's only going to be one repository. So you're not going to, like, one commit of code is not going to go to multiple repositories. Um, and so again, it was a one-to-many relationship here. I believe actually all of these tables are a one-to-many relationship, um, as far as I was understanding, if I did that correctly. Um, Same thing here, just it's got the primary key with the commit ID, and then um, the SHA is just kind of like a unique identifier for the commit. Um, a message for that commit that you put in, um, and then the time it was created as well. And then from the commits, so a commit can have multiple comments and issues on it, but again, it's just going to be a one-to-many relationship. So for each comment, it's going to be tied back to a single commit, and same with issues as well. And then pull requests um, got tied back to user, um, and repositories as well. And that was a one-to-many relationship between here. So um, a user can have many pull requests, and a repository can have many pull requests within that repository. Every time you update your code and you commit it to GitHub, um, it's going to have another pull request for that repository as well. I feel like I basically got everything that I needed to. The only thing that I was slightly wasn't sure about was all of these. When I started doing the relationships between the tables, like I said, I think all of them were just a one to many. That was the only relationship type that I did. Um, but like for comments, for example, there's all of these IDs, and so I mean, as I put the relationship to each table, it automatically updates, and so I assume that I did it correctly, but I just wasn't sure because it has all these IDs, and I wasn't sure if it needed to. But other than that, yeah, that's my reverse engineering project for the week. Thanks.